Today we'll be conducting the floating egg experiment. What you'll need for this experiment are 2 cups, preferably see-through ones like I have right here, 2 eggs, like I have right here, uncracked, table salt, water, just enough to fill up the cups, as well as a tablespoon. The floating egg experiment is under the grade 2 curriculum in the strand Understanding Matter and Energy. If you flip to page 64, it would go under Specific Expectation 2.3, Investigating through Experimentation Interactions that occur as a result of mixing and or dissolving liquids and solids. So because this experiment is designed for grade 2s, we want to make sure that the grade 2s aren't going to hurt themselves. So some safety precautions we want to take into consideration is that if an egg does happen to crack, or if they do have salt on their hands at the end of an experiment, they just go wash their hands because eggs can carry bacteria on them. So now that we went through all the safety precautions and all the materials required, we're going to get to the experiment. So what we're going to start off with is adding water to our first cup, almost up to the top, but leave about an inch of space from the top. What we're going to do is we're going to put the egg inside of the cup. At this point, you can ask the students, what do you think will happen when we drop the egg inside the water? So as we can see, the egg sinks. So what will happen if we put water and mix it with salt inside of it? Let's find out. So we're going to fill the glass half up with water. We're going to take our tablespoon and the salt. We're going to pour it in here. We're going to put 4 tablespoons of salt. We're going to stir that up. Once we're confident that we have stirred the salt right into the water, we're going to add more water and fill it up just about as much as we did in the first cup, with about an inch from the top not filled with water. We're going to take our second egg, and what do we think? Do we think it's going to float? Yes, the egg floats. So we know that if you fill this cup up with water and put 4 tablespoons of salt, that the egg will float. But what happens if we have a lot more water and the same amount of salt? Let's find out. So I just got a bigger container, filled it with water, just regular tap water. I got a larger spoon. I got the same tablespoon, salt, and another raw egg. So first, we will add the 4 tablespoons of water, salt, sorry, into our water. 2, 3, 4. Stir it up once more. I think that's okay. And add the raw egg. So it seems like the egg has sunk to the bottom this time. So since the egg has sunk to the bottom, it seems like we have to add more salt to make the water denser. So let's take 4 more tablespoons of salt. 2, 3, 4. Let's see if that does the trick. So after adding 4 more tablespoons of salt, it seems like the egg has floated from the bottom. What happened here was when we added more water, we needed to compensate by adding more salt so that the water would have been more dense again.